Hello, cooks, foodies, blind people, and watchers. Welcome back to another episode of Cooking Without Looking. My name is John, and today we're making a very simple recipe. We're making rice. This is a staple that you're going to need to know if you want to make almost anything these days. So we're going to make just 1 cup of rice because it's just me eating it. So first, we're going to need 2 cups of water. You want to have a 1 to 2 cup ratio. So however much rice you have, put double the amount of water. And since we are making 1 cup of rice, we need 2 cups of water. Thankfully, I have a measuring cup right here that actually does 2 cups all at once. Okay. Actually, no, we're going to make 1.5 cups. So we're actually going to need 3 cups of water. I'm kind of hungry. And basically, this one's very simple. You really don't have to do a whole lot, honestly. So once you've got your water in, we're going to want to go ahead and put our seasonings in first, because plain rice by itself, boring. So I've got some pepper here that I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit into the water. Not too much. Okay. We're going to need a 1/4 teaspoon. Actually, no, we're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I like this. This is that kosher. It's either kosher or sea salt. I can't remember which one it is. Everybody keeps moving my stuff. By the way, it's good. Yeah, that's down in there. Okay. So let me grab something real fast, guys. Almost fell. Sorry guys, I'm looking for my 1/2 cup. Measuring cup. Is that it? No, that is not it. That's 3/4 of a cup. I apologize, guys. Okay, you know what? I'll just have to be smart and fill the cup up halfway myself. Let's finish doing our seasonings first before we worry about that, though. Now, we're going to need a teaspoon of garlic. Minced garlic works very well for this. Close my salt up. You guys know me by now. You know I love garlic, so get yourself in there. Get a teaspoon of minced garlic. Don't be afraid to give it a little extra, too. And this, honestly, this rice that I'm showing you guys how to make would go very good with the tilapia recipe I showed you guys last time. So if you made the tilapia and you're thinking, oh, this is good, but I want something to go along with it, well, here you go. Minced garlic, or like an Italian, I wouldn't say Italian. I want to give it like a Mediterranean flavor to the rice, but we're not going to use as many seasonings as we did on the fish itself. Okay, and now we need some onion, and we're going to use about a tablespoon of this minced onion, or a teaspoon, sorry, of this minced onion. Fortunately, I just put my teaspoon in the sink. All I've got is this 1/4 teaspoon, so we're going to have to use it. There we go. All right. So we got that done. And the last thing we need to do is our rice itself. Now, remember, we're making 1.5 cups. So you need the 3 cups of water, and you don't want to mess up that water to rice ratio. because, and this is personal experience, too little water and your rice will be underdone. It'll be all crunchy and you don't want that. Too much water, it's gonna be all soggy and stuff. You don't want any of that. So you want exactly 1 to 2 on the ratio. And you don't wanna mix this either. Or not mix, you don't wanna stir this. Once you've poured it in the pot, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat on so we can go ahead and get the water boiling, because this recipe really doesn't take long once you get the water going. Well, it does, but you'll see, you'll see. These bags of rice don't have too much. I need to start buying bigger bags of rice. Okay. And this will also mean I'll have some leftovers for later. So that's a cup, and I just need another half a cup. That's about half a cup. Okay, so pour it all in. And now, this is the first time I'm ever going to tell you guys to do this when you're cooking something, when you're boiling something. Don't stir it. You do not want to stir this. You don't want it to, because that'll make it get all starchy and stuff, and you don't want that. So, you kind of just want to keep an eye on it until it starts to boil, and then I'll show you guys what to do after that. So we're going to wait a minute. These burners, they're starting to do better. Like, they don't take so long to heat up now. So we'll have boiling water before too long. Plus these pots are really good. Let me seal this rice. Got some clamps around here. Oh, there they are. There we go. So, put the rice back in this tote right here. There we go. Okay. Now let's just wait and watch the rice. And like I said, the important thing is you want to get all your seasoning in before you start cooking it, because once you start this, you don't want to be stirring it around, you don't want to be messing with it, you want to leave it alone. Otherwise, it's just going to get, well, gross, honestly. Put some stuff away while we're waiting. And like I've been teaching you guys on here, rice is one of those, it's what I would call a base food. Once you know how to cook it, you can do so much with it. You don't have to follow this specific recipe. There's plenty of ways you can make this. You know, there's plenty of ways that I'm going to try making it. Our water's starting to boil. Let's let it boil a little bit longer, and then we'll cover it, and I'll show you guys what to do. So the pot you're using, you want to make sure you have a nice good lid for it. Wait a minute, let the rice boil a little bit more. Okay. So now that we know our rice is boiling, let's put the lid on. And then you want to turn the heat off of high, put it down to a low simmer, and you Make sure your lid is on there nice and good. It'll trap the water in the pot with the rice. And make sure you don't have nothing bouncing around in your kitchen. Turn that down. And now you really just can't do anything for about 18 minutes. You're gonna give it about 18 minutes to cook, and then I'll show you guys what to do after that. So. Okay, so welcome back. So we allowed our rice to cook for about 18 minutes, give or take a few, and then you wanna leave it set for 10 minutes with the lid still on. This will give it time to rest. But I decided to skip over all that because you guys don't want to see that. So now I'm taking a fork and I'm fluffing the rice. I hope I'm doing this right. I've never been very good at this. I've never actually done fluffing before. I just read that that's something you're supposed to do. Might explain why some of my rice hasn't turned out the best in the past. All right, let's get a bowl. Let's try some of this. Okay. Let's get a spoon. I can actually scoop this with. Ah, there's one. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go. All right. Okay. Put this in a bowl and let's see how it turned out. It's got the right texture. Okay. All right, let's get some rice. Let's try some of this. Sorry guys, I should have had everything ready. All right, let's try it. That actually came out pretty good. It came out really good, actually. All right, so give it about 18 minutes. Make sure you boil it a little longer. I did have to go back after I turned the camera off and I had to boil it a little bit longer. I won't go into all the detail. I didn't feel like showing you guys that. But make sure you boil it a little longer. Bring it to a good boil and then turn the heat down to probably about medium, I'd say, low medium. And just let it simmer for anywhere from 18 to 20 minutes. And then let it rest with the lid on for another 10, and there you go. So, like I said, very simple recipe, but you're gonna need to know this to really make almost anything these days. A lot of things use rice, just like when I showed you guys how to make mashed potatoes, a lot of things use rice. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you make this recipe, I would like to know how it turns out. Maybe if you season it differently than I do, I would like to know how that goes. And if you have any suggestions for any future recipes you'd like me to make here on Cooking Without Looking, I'd be more than happy to take a look. Please just leave that in the comments. Subscribe if you're new, give this video a like. It'll really help me with the YouTube algorithm. And thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. God bless you.